It's Daf Yom Yerushalmi Terumos in the Article Ozba edition. We're on Daf Yom and Aleph. There's a header 4 lines down with Terumos She'eno Shalo. In the Vilna, we're on Daf Beis Amud Beis. Um, forgot what is the without the header. It's Atem Prat L'Shutfim. Okay, which is the last narrow line on on Beis Amud Beis. Okay. I wanted to just say quickly from yesterday that the Mashbiach learns the last couple of lines. We change the gear. So he says, "Isok lemeimar lemafreya nasis truma lo mikan lahaba vav hacha lo mikan lahaba nasis truma." Okay, he takes it puts in the word "lo," and therefore changes the meaning. And but we're not gonna get into it now. Just if you want to look into it yourself, then he puts in the word "lo" between vav hacha and mikan. Okay, but we're starting from for the new sugya and vatem, and we're still at war, so this learning should be as close for our nitzachon. So. It says Gemara Atem v'lo shutfim, you and not your partners. But nan, sorry, skip. Atem, Atem v'lo shutfim. Skip. Have the same words, similar words in the next line. Atem prat l'shutfim. Atem prat l'apotropim. You excluding partners. You excluding potropim, guardians. Atem prat l'term b'shen you excluding those who take truma of that which is not theirs. So the atem lo shutfim, you are not your partners. But now that we learn a shutfim b'shetormu zeh achar zeh, the shutfim which take truma one after another, and this is a halachic issue. It's a problem. So if it's a problem, it must be that the shutfim have the right to take truma off the off their shutaf's grain, and again that's where we can ask a question: which of the shutaf's truma is effective? There's more kan l'truma gedoyla, kan l'trumas meiser. The here in our Mishnah, the Mishnah later on is Truma G'dayla, that you can take Truma on your friends, Truma on your friend's crop. That's the first Truma. Kan, meaning in the Brisa here, the Trumas Meiser, you can't take on your friends, because the pasuk Atem is written by Trumas Meiser. So the Gemara rejects this. It says Chum lam no Trumas Meiser. And it's interesting the way Kaminaki puts it. Most of the Truma learn from Trumas Meiser. And of course, therefore, by Shutfim, the halacha should be the same by both. Elakan la halacha, kan la Meiser. The halacha here means the chatchila, not b'diavad, yes. Okay, this is changing gears here. Yes, it doesn't say. It says in the Gemara, "Kan l'maaser," but the Ridbaz and the Kavanaki they changed it to "Kan l'maaser." Again, l'halacha which is a very rare use of this terminology in this manner. But the halacha is l'chatchila, shutfim should not take off on each other's, and l'maisa b'di'evet, if they did, it's effective. So the reason is because shutfim are not makbid on each other. That whichever one of them takes off the Trumas and Maisrus. Okay, says Gemara further. Atem below apotropin. You are not apotropin, not guardians. And then we learn you have orphans who are being sustained. They're living by a balbos. O shmina avin apotropos, so the father designated guardian. Chem laser peroseim. The apotropos, or the balbais by which they're soimech, has to take off, has to ma'aser their fruit, their produce. So we see that there is, the apotropos can do it. Chavraya mean kam b'apotropos le'on, kam b'apotropos l'shah. So the Chavraya, the Beis HaMedrash said, if it's a permanent apotropos, so then it's he was in charge of their property until they're independent. So therefore, it's as if the fruit is his, and therefore he can take off the Trumas U'Maisros. If a temporary apotropos is just ad hoc, so it's not his, and therefore it's not an authority. He doesn't have status of his, and therefore he doesn't have the authority to take off Trumas U'Maisros. Rabbi Yossi asked, Im b'apotropos lo'olam. If we're talking about a permanent apotropos, but ninan, we say about this, mochem etatlin, which says in the brayso, mochem etatlin uvizonon. He can sell movable objects in order to feed the Yisraelim. Avalo karkos, but he can't sell land. Now, if it's a permanent apotropos, he has the right to sell the land. So evidently, this brayso we don't have. This brayso is a brayso which is known to Rabbi Yossi. It's not a brayso we quoted before. Ella can be yosem gadol, can be yosem katan. So he says the difference is that the yosem gadol, since he himself is a bar mitzvah, he can take off on his own. So therefore, he should take off on his own. Yosem katan, since he's not bar mitzvah, so therefore the apotropos takes on his behalf. Okay, next case. Atem prat l'torem she'eino shelo. Atem excludes those who take off ma'aser now, which is not theirs. Mad avile or trumas ma'aser. Mad avile b'torem she'eino shelo. What are we talking about? Are we talking about b'torem she'eino shelo? In other words, that anything which is not his because he has no jurisdiction over it, or atem or b'torem shel chavero. Or maybe it's only on your friends you can't do it because somebody else has jurisdiction over it. So it's a nice law. This we baz and kam lucky both learn it this way. Is the issue that it's not yours, even though it's nobody else's, or is the issue that it's somebody else's? It's not an issue if it's just not yours. And as it says, term shein shelo, term shel and it says here, Nishmina Minada, the Kavanaki, and perhaps the Ridbaz also change it to Ma Benehon. What's the nafkamina? The nafkamina is Hifkir Kirio, if it was Mafkir, his pile of grain. And here it says Umircho, but the Forshim changed it to Kavanaki, the Mashbiach, changes that to the Tormu, but Chazer Zachaba. So he took true off when it was still Hefker. Didn't belong to anybody else yet. So and then he was Zarkin again. In Tabni Ketar B'Torm Esheno Shalo, and let's say anytime it's not yours, even if it doesn't belong to somebody else's. Truma is not about Truma. So here too, and Truma is Truma. When he reacquires the produce, he has to get Truma again. In Tabni B'Torm Eshel Chaver, but you're going to say that the only issue is when it belongs to your friend. So then, Truma to Truma. Then the Truma in this case would be valid Truma, because at the time it was Hefker, it didn't belong to anybody else. Let's derive the halacha from here. the theme we learned, Ganab Chumas Hekdesh V'achla, person stole the Truma from Hekdesh and ate it, Mishayim Shnei Chomashim V'keren. He pays two chomshin. He pays 2/5, one on account of truma and one account of nanamina hekdesh, and the principal. But why? Because though there's no tashlum kefil, shem hekdesh tamushlim kefil, but there is no tashlum kefil by hekdesh. Manu Terem, who took the truma? What does it mean, truma hekdesh? Who was Terem the hekdesh? So lo gizbar, is it not the gizbar, the treasure of the Beis Hamikdash? Harei Terem Sheinu Shelo, so it's not his. Nobody else's jurisdiction, belongs to hekdesh, but it's not his. So it's Terem Sheinu Shelo about the martyr truma so truma. You said his truma is valid truma, and that's why you have to fifth, not just for Mila, for hekdesh, but also for the truma which you ate. Have a lace to time da ela b'terem shel chaveru. So it must be that the issue is only when you're turning somebody else's, that it's not valid. But you're turning something which doesn't belong to anybody at the moment, as long as it doesn't belong to another person. Nomar, or maybe we'll say. And here the word onomar means, the term onomar means maybe you will say, maybe you want to say. Man who took the truma, ben Levi shehikti truma. It's talking about the ben Levi who was makdi, in other words, a Kohen, not a ben Levi. Even though it says ben Levi means a Kohen, who was makdish his truma he received, after he received it from the person who had set aside this produce, truma. But then Rabbi Yosha said, Echad HaMakdish, people of Echad HaMakdish truma also. In this case, about truma sekdesh, is talking about whether you're a Makdish truma, which would be the Ben Levi case, or you're a Makdish tevel, in which case the Gizbar is taking off the truma. So we see it also applies when the Gizbar takes up truma. Rabbi said, no, Gizbar command the inu bailimhu. A pretty obvious answer. The Gizbar, just like Apotropos, is as if he's the owner. He represents Hekdesh. It's like the owner. Udulok Rabbi Yossi. And that's not like Rabbi Yossi, because with Rabbi Yossi Amar, Gizbar Acher. Rabbi Yossi says the Gizbar is considered to be a different person, not actually the Bailim. In this case, the over hekdesh. Okay, that brings us to Dav Vav Amud Aleph, the two dots. So we'll stop here.